participate in illegitimate activities with his friends and they doing all this, but he don't have to join no gang, and he has a voice and he stands on what he believes in, and he look you in your eyes when he shake your hand. But you're all doing this to hold up an image of pride in the street, where that gets you nowhere. So it's like you're building this character that's not even really you. You know what I'm saying? But the character that you're building has a false sense of leadership attributes and qualities.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's really not. It's really fake. It's really not that person, because you're really not that person. So when you step outside me stepping outside of that character, I had to find out who I really was to the core of me. It's a whole nother walk-in transformation. It's a whole nother way of existing. So that character that I created is dying off, but there's still people who went through missions and had episodes and different experience with that character.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now, from the outside looking at it in, it's like, dang, yeah, I always had those leadership qualities. I always had those spurts of nobility and actually having some type of honor and principles, even in being the street. You had it, but at the same time, it's like now the loyalty can become stupidity. Like you're being loyal to the wrong to something that's not going to help you become anything that's productive to your true purpose.
You know
what I'm saying?
I want to ask too, because it just made me think about how just observing male behavior, it seemed like it's natural for men to have like a sense of brotherhood and a sense of like looking to other men in their community for validation into manhood, but it seemed like this was some type of negative code that was self-destructive and community destructive. But what are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, it was very very self-sabotaging. The whatever code, like that code, like that. What we looked at as masculinity more related to violence, like you know, that negative sense of masculinity always is going to be associated with violence. How much violence can you meet with violence? How violent can you be? How brutal can you be to somebody that looks like you? Another masculine black man, a false masculinity, I should say, because it's all catered to like the killing and genocide of us, and we should be, you know what I'm saying? So it's like that. I mean, it's really it's hard to talk about, you know, because it's like you talk a lot about self-hatred, but the self-hatred that you see displayed in like guys that's been in their life know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Like that, the self-hatred that you see displayed is kind of it can be traumatizing to even speak about and think about and reflect on, because it's even in having a spiritual experience of a personality like shift and paradigm shift, even with having that, you still have tendencies from that trauma, from that false leader, from that, you know what I'm saying? Like as an adolescent, like all those, you still have certain tendencies that you have to constantly reflect on and heal from moving forward with your new self. So that's why you gotta be careful. When I was speaking on that video about having a history of violence or volatile behavior, like you have to really, because let's be 100. Like really, when I remember I was expressing to you about when I was like, yeah, like my old self would have been outside waiting for him, and like
in terms of how you would deal with situations were always resulting to violence.
You see what I'm saying?
But also I want to say too, and really that's just Black American men picking up on white American culture. Like you're taking another man identity and culture that is not who you are. But I do want to, a lot of the things that I realized that my brother, it stemmed from his relationship with his father.
It was definitely why a lot of my anger manifested was out of anger from my father, for sure. That's definitely Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult looking back at it now sometimes, because it's like, dang, like all the anger that I harbored for so long and all the mistakes that I made behind that anger.
Yeah.
So I feel yeah, brother, because it's like you feel like an undesirable, you know. Like it's like it makes you kind of feel away as a young boy, like, dang, like, you know, I not even a phone, not even no accountability, no phone call, no happy birthday, no.
Yeah.
You know, for you know, for years, over 20 some years, you know.
Yeah. So would you say the lashing out of wanting to result in violence in any altercation is really just stemming from a place of just so much pent up anger from this big thing, right? It's inhumane for any child to be born in a circumstance like that.
Yeah.
A fatherless home.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It was yeah, I mean, because it's when you go through certain things in life, well, like you could be hurt or like in jail or the penitentiary or like something down, like it would be that could change your whole perspective on how you even look at your own life. And to not hear like and to be in your and to go through some low moments in life without hearing from it. And that's where like a lot of your conscious decision making came from, that anger and that rage and that unworthiness feeling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
the unworthiness.
And you know what I'm saying? And then to not hear from that person at your lowest moments while you're going through that anger that you have for that person or for your father is yeah, it's black men, we don't like to talk about it. We don't like to talk about it as much as we should, because I think a lot of us get numb to it. A lot of us get so numb to it that we don't even realize where the anger is coming from. Yeah. We don't even realize, like, it gets to a point where we just don't even want to know. It's just there, and we just feed off of it, and it becomes a part of molding us into unfortunately, a lot of young men you see now with the influences, what they got going on with drill music and just lashing out, and it's like a GTA game. Is you know, it's desensitized. You know, nobody really cares about, you know, what's the value of life, you know, now in a sense. So it's kind of like, I don't know. It's unfortunate, and it's a trauma that I feel like if you try to heal from, at least like what I'm doing is, I mean, I'm on a healing journey, and I've healed and I'm healing, but I'm realizing though there's always a new level of love and a new level of healing, and like just going through it, sometimes it does help me to like just forgive and talk about it. Like on my YouTube, I talk about with my father. It took me a while to come out and talk about that, but I feel like it could have helped somebody else, resonate with somebody else that's going through it, because I was out there with a lot of guys a lot of my friends, I don't know a lot of my bros' fathers. I never met them. I never know. Like, growing together, we never seen fathers like that. You know what I'm saying? Just having that in your subconscious mind, having to recharge your subconscious mind and reprogram it to be a better father, to get some of those tendencies out of, like, some stuff is not okay. I know you didn't grow up with a father, but this is not okay. Being able to take accountability for that in your fatherhood, because you don't really know what it looks like. So you got to pay attention and say, when somebody, like, you have to, as a father, I would give the advice to not be so, we do get disrespected and we do get mistreated as fathers, you know, a lot of the times in the situation that we put ourselves in. But I would advise, like, sometimes to actually listen to the criticism sometimes, if it's coming from a sincere place. Like, if you can decipher between, out of the trash talk and like some things that you might need to be accountable for, like, I would suggest that you do that, because especially if you didn't have a father.